to GMA3, everyone. Jackson, Mississippi has been plagued with water infrastructure problems for years now. In 2022 and 2023, the predominantly black city suffered from multiple incidents right in a row, leaving some residents without easy access to clean water for weeks at a time.
And listen to this. The EPA says that in the last 2 years alone, the city has seen more than 300 water boil notices. Clearly, it's an issue we've got to talk about. So let's go ahead and bring in the Jackson, Mississippi Mayor, Chokwe and Lumumba. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you raising up this issue.
And it's a big issue, right? Because the issues here range from a lack of water pressure in schools. You also have storms knocking out water for residents. But you say that a lot of these issues, these water issues, they've been going back decades and really are deep-rooted. So what's going on here? What's driving all of these problems? And where's that infrastructure now?
Absolutely. So, I moved to Jackson in 1988. I distinctly remember in 1989 where we had a winter freeze that debilitated our water system. For some residents, their memory and reflection goes back further than that. And so it's been decades long. This is due to decades of neglect through a deliberate indifference or a willful neglect from state leadership to fund what many leaders in the city have been begging for years. I give my predecessors credit that they've been lifting this issue up, but these calls have been falling on deaf ears. And so through the support of the Biden administration, for the first time, we can say that there's light at the end of this tunnel. We were able to receive, through a combination of the end of the year omnibus bill and other federal resources, more than $800 million to go towards our system. And so now we have to build not only a sustainable and equitable and dependable system, but a system that the community is at the root of making sure that it reflects what they deserve and what they need.
And so now the city has received, more than $100,000 in water crisis donations. But you said in January that money hadn't been touched yet. So what's going on with that money?
Yeah, so to be clear, in terms of the robust effort to support the residents of Jackson, that has actually been in the millions of dollars. A lot of that has been reflected in water donations, providing residents water. At the very beginning of this crisis, the challenge was getting water to residents. Mm-hmm. The $100,000 was money that was provided in large part by United Healthcare, a partner who works with the city, in order to provide water filters. Those filters will help build confidence with residents in the quality of water as we make these repairs. The first step is to make sure that they have water first, mm-hmm. right? And so the filters would not have been the best solution early on because there was no actual water coming out of the taps. And so these filters that we're looking at, because you don't know what you might meet when you get in people's homes, the variation of plumbing that take place. So we're looking at pitchers that will be able to provide these residents so that when the water is consistently flowing through the tap, they'll be able to fill the pitcher and they'll have an extra layer of comfort in what they're being provided.
And let's talk about the city of Jackson. It is 80% black, and the EPA recently launched a civil rights investigation into whether state officials deprived Jackson of bipartisan infrastructure funds on the basis of race. So who or what is to blame for this?
Well, as I said before, there's been a deliberate indifference or a willful neglect of the needs of our city. I believe that is being taken to task now, and an investigation is ongoing. I think that not only based on Jackson being a blue city in a red seat and having the partisan divide, it is the blackest city in the nation, and so there are racial dynamics at play. And we have to ensure that the past that we know Mississippi to be a part of isn't reflective of our present or our future. And so, I do believe that this investigation is necessary. I think that it is part and parcel of a process that we've seen for many decades now, generations, where the state is not a willing partner. As we speak, there are legislative measures going forward to attack the black leadership, not just me as mayor, but black judges, attack black prosecutors, and instead appoint leadership over a city, similar to a system of apartheid. And so, we want to make certain that we're on the right side of history. And this isn't, the narrative of Mississippi, and certainly not the narrative of Jackson, Mississippi.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today, Jackson, Mississippi Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba. Again, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Up next, right here in GMA3, what he wore for a big occasion is causing a lot of
The
controversy.
state lawmaker standing up for his wardrobe choice at his swearing in. GMA3 will be right back. Stick around.